What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Skyoti B2. I'm going to guess that's how it's pronounced. But we have a Shadow Pinsir today for the Kanto Cup, which is definitely a spicy pick. Now, this battler did state that they ran out of charge TMs trying to get close combat instead of superpower there on the Pinsir. So just be aware, if you're going to try to run a Shadow Pinsir yourself, go for close combat instead of superpower. But we have Nidoqueen and Lapras, a very solid core for the Kanto Cup, and then Shadow Pinsir there. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, getting into this first battle, we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Graveler. So somewhat of a decent matchup right here on the lead. We'll have to see how they decide to play this out, but even though Graveler is doing resisted damage, it can still hurt. But thankfully Nidoqueen has access to Earth Power here to one-shot the Alolan Graveler. But we're going to see a no shield here on the first Rock Blast, doesn't do too much damage, and we see an Earth Power come back straight and kind. Hopefully this gets, well actually it's either going to get a shield or a land, both of it. Boom. All right, we're starting the video off with the boom. How, oh man, and a surrender. How is this game? I should have looked this up. That was game one. Boom! Victory! Done. Moving into the next one, we got Primeape on the lead, which is actually a very versatile Pokemon for this meta with access to Night Slash and Ice Punch. You know, coverage to the Flyers, coverage to Nidoqueen, coverage to Hypno and Alolan Marowak, but Nidoqueen right here can still do pretty well with Poison Jab and Poison Fang. I still can't get over. See, when people submit videos, I just basically speed up the time that the video plays at, because normal speed is a bit slow to shout or to watch in Shoutcast 4. So I didn't check to see what is actually happening in these games, but obviously this Pinsir is not afraid of the Hypno because of Fury Cutter and X Scissor, which does do super effective damage. So we might just see a full farm down right here and a shield on the Shadow Ball, which is absolutely beautiful. They definitely should be able to. This is going to be close. I think they do survive. Yes, they do. Let's see what decides to come back in. If it's going to be that Primeape, it's going to get absolutely devastated here by the superpower. Actually, no, they don't even need to go for superpower. They just go for these X Scissors right here. It's still going to do a decent amount of damage. So let's see if they shield. Yeah, they do get the first shield. They do get to a second one as well. So hopefully this forces 2 shields right here. Or we just take out the Primeape. Let's see. It does get 2 shields, which is very nice. So we're going to see that Nidoqueen now come back in. And then probably commit to the farm down. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and shield and commit to the farm down. They still have Lapras in the back, so it's all a matter of what is definitely back there. And it's going to be a Snorlax. So things are looking pretty good, right? With Poison Jabs right here and Poison Fangs. They should be able to close this game out as they can now go into Lapras. Snorlax obviously has access to Superpower to hurt Lapras, but it's just going to get destroyed here by Double Surf. Actually, just a single Surf and some more Ice Shards. But how about that game one, huh? I'm going to just starting off with a boom and a surrender. I'm sure it has happened to you. Either you were the person that got boomed, or you did the boom where you have to rely, your only win con is to rely on the bait, and then you don't call it, so you might as well just back out. But good first game, and the second one is a good game as well. It was nice to see the Shadow Pinsir there handle the Hypno with ease. All right, moving to this next one. We have Nidoqueen versus Hypno on the lead. So tough lead matchup right here. And they're deciding to stay in and just go for Poison Fangs. Actually, they might just go for an Earth Power here. Let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power. A lot of Nidoqueens will just go for the Poison Fangs, even though this is a losing matchup. But if this Earth Power lands, but they do get a shield, so that's not too bad. They're going to go ahead and swap into Lapras now to catch the charge move, which is going to be an interesting play, as if this is Thunder Punch, it's definitely going to hurt. Fire Punch. Okay, so they don't have Thunder Punch, Ashley. We're going to go ahead and see a Lapras mirror. Now, this is Shadow Lapras with Water Gun, and the shiny Lapras right here on this side does not have Skull Bash, which in the Great League, I don't think you necessarily need Ice Beam. Granted, it is double legacy, so they probably just didn't want to TM it away, which totally makes sense. But for Great League, you want to have that Skull Bash for Pokemon like Azumarill or the Lapras Mirror, like the opponent does. They landed the Skull Bash right there. Double shield, so this is not looking very good. Shadow Pinsir is going to have to come in. Oh, they're going to go ahead and come in with Nidoqueen. Okay, so they're going to go in with the Nidoqueen, go for the Poison Fang to debuff the Lapras. But honestly, Pinsir needs to get that superpower off. So this is going to be a close one. Okay. They're going to have to shield right here. We might see them just go for an X-Scissor, actually, as it can still do a decent amount of neutral damage. Yeah, they're really loading up on energy. This is going to be a close one, as there's still Hypno, and we don't know what that third Pokemon is going to be, but Shadow Pinsir might just be able to sweep. Let's see how this plays out. It is going to be the Hypno that comes in, so they're going to go straight for the X-Scissor right here. Is this going to do enough damage to take out the Hypno? No, not enough. Can it farm down? Oh, this is going to be close. They're going to have to shield this charge move. It's all about that final Pokemon in the back. If it's something like a Snorlax, oh my goodness. And it's going to be a Chansey. Oh no, the last thing you want to see. Even though they're doing super effective damage, the XL Chansey right here doesn't care. That's just, oh, that's devastating. So I think this is going to be a good game. Very unfortunate to see the Chansey there. I was really hoping for the Pinsir to kind of do a nice clean sweep with some booms, but XO Chansey. Who would have guessed you guys would have saw it in the Kanto Cup the higher you guys climb in rating? Alright, moving to the next one. We have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Dragonair. So let's see how they decide to play this out. They're looking to stay in, as Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs are still doing neutral damage, but they really need to watch out for that Aqua Tail from the Dragonair. If you guys haven't seen Dragonair too often, maybe this is your first or second time in the Kanto Cup, Dragonair is actually very, very strong for the Great League and the Kanto Cup because of Dragon Breath and Aqua Tail. As you can see, Aqua Tail would have done super effective damage, which is nice, and we are going to see a swap now into Blastoise. So they're kind of put in a pickle here, as they're taking super effective damage, but they necessarily can't swap into something without applying a debuff. So it's going to be an interesting play what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and come in with Lapras. Now, you got to be careful about Blastoise as well. This thing does have access to Skull Bash too. So this just might be a Skull Bash. Let's see. It is. There's the Skull Bash right there for a lot of neutral damage. That is very unfortunate, but thankfully Lapras should be able to get to this double surf here. First one might just be able to force a shield here from Blastoise, and since they have two, they might just be able to take it out. No shield on the Blastoise, so we're going to see Poliwrath come in, so this is definitely a devastating Pokemon to have in the back. Obviously, Poliwrath, Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch, Scald. It can really handle this whole team, and they do get a shield right there, which is very nice, building up to the potential Skull Bash to force that shield here from Poliwrath, which is a huge saving grace for them. Now we see that they do have Scald, which means they might have Scald, Ice Punch, but honestly, they're going to be doing neutral damage anyway, so we're going to see the Pinsir now come in. This is going to be a very interesting game. They catch the charge move. That is huge right here to catch it on the Nidoqueen. Hopefully they no-shield. Yeah, we're going to see a no-shield on the Scald, so able to soak the damage right there. But will we see a swap into Dragonair to catch the charge move in kind? Pinsir really has only one hope and a prayer, and that is going to be able to farm down Dragonair, which I don't think it's going to be able to do. And now they have to go for the superpower, which is very unfortunate, as this is probably going to get shielded, and they're going to... Oh, it doesn't get shielded! Oh my goodness, they're going to be able to get to double X-Scissor right here. Now, Pinsir's attack was debuffed because of superpower, so this is going to be a very interesting final match. Can they get to the superpower? No, they're going to go for the X-Scissor right now. Superpower might have been a better call, but honestly, I don't know. This is unknown territory. X-Scissor, enough to take it out. Who's sleeping on Shadow Pinsir right here? I was actually concerned they were going to lose it, but Pinsir doesn't care. All right, so we got Poliwrath now on the lead in this next game. Again, having access to Scald and Ice Punch is very devastating for a Nidoqueen lead. Plus, it could have Dynamic Punch, right, for the Lapras. So, we're going to see this Nidoqueen looking to stay in and probably just commit shields to try to take this Poliwrath out and look to debuff that back line. Is looking to see how this battler is lining this up. And they do shield the Scald, which is beautiful. They should be able to go for another Poison Fang right here. This might force a shield, as if it goes unshielded, I think they can farm down before another charge move. So it does get shielded. They're going to go ahead and swap into Lapras now to catch the charge move. This might just be an Ice Punch, but it might be Dynamic. Yeah, it's going to be a Dynamic Punch. That is going to hurt. That does so much damage against Lapras. Now, Poliwrath can't farm down. It's going to have to throw energy right here, which Lapras might just be okay with, as Nidoqueen can come back in and farm down. Double Dynamic Punch takes it out. Now we're going to see a swap now into Alolan Sand Slash. This is definitely devastating, but if it can get to the Earth Power... Oh man, choices. What are you going to do? They're going to go ahead and shield the Ice Punch right here. Obviously, their only hope and prayer is to get a shield, right, with the Poison Fang. And then we might see a swap into Shadow Pinsir. They do get a shield. Their switch clock is not up. They're going to go ahead and swap now, but they are catching an Ice Punch on a pure glass cannon of Shadow Pinsir. So this is going to hurt. Yeah, that does so much damage. Powder Snows as well might just be enough to farm down. They have to go for the superpower now. So it's all about whatever's in the back. If Poliwrath comes back in, it might just get farmed down. This is going to be close. What is that final Pokemon going to be? I'm going to guess Lapras. Lapras or Snorlax. It's going to be Electrode. Okay, so things are not over. Nidoqueen has energy, and they swapped into Poliwrath, which means Nidoqueen can farm down. They tried to catch the charge move too early, but Nidoqueen has the Earth Power ready to go. Here comes another boom. Boom! Electrode gets one shot right there, and that is going to be a good game. Man, these battles are fun. Thank you for submitting these. All right. Moving to the next one, we got Nidoqueen versus Alolan Radicate right here. Let's see what they decide to do. It's going to be a quick attack, Alolan Radicate. You can see that from the fast move animation. It's either usually Bite or Quick Attack. Quick Attack's definitely a lot more common, but Bite you can't sleep on, right, because of all the Hypnos. So they're just going to go ahead and just go straight for these Poison Fangs right here, constantly debuffing. But let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and no-shield the Crunch. Do they get debuffed? No, they don't get debuffed. That is actually very nice for them. We do see a swap into Alolan Marowak as well, which is unfortunate as they do catch this Poison Fang for resisted damage, but they have a Lapras right here, and this is actually beautiful for a potential Pinsir late game sweep because this Alolan Marowak is going to be off the table. So let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead and no-shield the first Shadow Bone right there and look to try to land a Surf. And because the Alolan Marowak was debuffed with the Poison Fang, this Surf is definitely going to be hurting. They do get a shield. Okay, so this Alolan Marowak is going to try to get to another one, and the Lapras is going to go ahead and shield, overload a bit more on energy, and look to try to take this mid-game. Now, good shield bait right there with the Bone Club, so this Alolan Marowak is definitely looking to force this mid-game flip. But let's see how this plays out. And ultimately, it doesn't matter if they flip it. Alolan Marowak goes down to the Surf. We do see the Radicate come back in, so this Surf now might just be enough damage to take it out. It definitely could be forcing that final shield as well. It does get the final shield. We're going to see a swap into the Pinsir. Here we go. Pinsir is locked and loaded. We're going to see a shield come up right here to stop the charge move. And now it's going to be about whatever's in the back. Be a Hypno in the back. Get farmed down by the Shadow Pinsir because you're a Dark type. What is in the back? It's going to be a Hypno. So these X-Scissors are just going to completely rip apart this Hypno. This is beautiful to see here with the Shadow Pinsir. That is so much damage, and they got another one ready to go. So able to keep all three Pokemon alive as well, which is very nice when you're doing those battles. And that is going to be a good game. Man, could you imagine if you had to use potions to heal up your team after every battle? That'd be terrible. All right. We got Nidoqueen on the lead versus Magneton. So, a decent lead matchup right here. Again, if they can land that Earth Power, that's what's very important. I can speak today. Important. You guys are going to comment down below. I can see it right now. Timestamps. ZyoniK says important. All right, so Magnet Bomb, that still does a lot of damage, which is very unfortunate. Nidoqueen now going for the Poison Fang. Hopefully this gets a shield, but the Magneton might just let it go. No, they're going to go ahead and shield. That is beautiful here for the Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is going to have to shield this as well, and we might just see the Earth Power now come in. Magneton has actually a very nice matchup against this whole team. Now, we do see Mew come in right here, which could be very dangerous, as Mew can spam charge moves, and Shadow Claw really hurts. And this is a bit quick. I think it's just going to be Surf. Yeah, it is going to be a Surf. Barely holds on right there. That was a lot closer than it should have been. Pinsir able to get off the X-Scissor now. Will the Mew shield, though? That's the important question. Yeah, they decided to shield. You kind of saw it coming. But we might just see Lapras come in and load up on energy. Nope, they're going to come in with Nidoqueen. They're going to take a Surf right here, which they will have to shield, which is unfortunate as Magneton, I think, might now be able to sweep unless it gets one shot right here, but I think it has energy as well. So this is probably looking to be a GG unless the opponent makes a mistake, but let's see how this plays out. Magneton going to come in. They might be able to catch the Magnet Bomb here on Lapras, which might be pretty huge. Oh, they come in with a Alolan Marowak. So Alolan Marowak now is just going to get boomed in the face with an Earth Power. Is this going to KO? No, it does not. They got to swap into Lapras now, get ahead on energy. And the Magneton is going to come in, but it's not going to be able to get to the discharge in time. Is this Surf going to be enough damage to take it out? Yes, it is. Magneton goes down. That is unfortunate. Alolan Marowak is going to go ahead and surrender, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving this next one, we got Nidoqueen versus Alolan Graveler again. We saw in Game 1, it got one shot. In this game, they're going to go ahead and swap. Now, we do see the Beedrill come in with the Lapras swap in kind. Beedrill as well, probably just going to be spamming drill runs right here, I imagine, and they're going to go ahead and shield. Yeah, they're just going to be spamming drill runs, and Lapras can take this mid-game matchup if they can land these Surfs. That's going to be the important thing, is Beedrill is not taking super effective damage, it's only taking neutral right here with the Ice Shards, and Drill Run still hurts. So Beedrill actually has an opportunity to take this if they want to, if they decide to go into the double shields. It's going to be close, but let's see how this plays out. There's the first shield. They need to go for the second one. Yeah, Beedrill can completely flip this game around, which ultimately, actually, no, it does matter because the Alolan Graveler has double rock moves, so Pinsir is going to get absolutely deleted, and Beedrill taking the mid game right here. Lag did come in, but honestly, Beedrill was going to farm down before the next Surf. So things are looking very tough right here. Nidoqueen is going to be coming back in, which means it's going to have to shield the Drill Run. They might just let it go, though. No, they're going to go ahead and shield the Drill Run. But this Beedrill is quite loaded on energy. So this is going to be interesting. They go ahead and go for the Poison Jab, or Poison Fang right here, I should say. Hopefully it's enough damage. No, it's not enough. Come on. Okay, they can farm down. Now, will we see Alolan Graveler come back in? No, we're going to see Hypno. We're going to see a potential swap into the Alolan Graveler. They have to throw this superpower, and they do. This is going to be booming right here, but can the Pinsir get to a Shadow, or can it get to an X-Scissor? Oh, man. Oh, definitely can get to an X-Scissor right here. This is going to do so much damage, and it's going to be up to Nidoqueen to close this game out. I'm sorry I didn't boom the Alolan Graveler. Boom. We'll kind of half boom that one. Now, does Hypno have an Ice Punch? Oh, man. Even if it was Ice Punch, it wouldn't be enough to KO, but I think Nidoqueen might just be able to take it. It's a Shadow Ball, though. Decent amount of neutral damage, but they should be able to... Okay, they're just going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power. So, just solidifying the win right there. I think a Poison Fang would have done the same thing, but that is going to be a good game. Very well played. I wonder if that Hypno was Focus Blast Shadow Ball. That probably makes sense. Alright, or Thunder Punch Shadow Ball. Moving to the next one, we got Alolan Sandslash on the lead, which is obviously a terrible lead. They're going to go ahead and go into Lapras now. We will see Alolan Raichu come in. First time seeing this Pokemon in the Kanto Cup for this season. But honestly, Alolan Raichu is like sneaky good. It's actually really good. It used to be extremely meta when Go Battle League first came out. This thing was an absolute monster because of its moveset and typing, right? It was very strong, but Galarian Stunfisk put a quick end to that. Let's just say that. Alolan Raichu is fully farming down as well. Double shielded. So we'll have to see what the Nidoqueen's going to go ahead and do here. Okay, they're coming with Pinsir. I thought they were going to come in with Nidoqueen as it's going to be resisting the moves. Oh, it has Psychic. Okay, so they decided to shield that. Will they? Yeah, they're going to go ahead and double shield. So Pinsir is going to load up on energy. And it is just going to be the Wild Charge. So Pinsir now can farm down. But let's see what is going to be in the back. What is going to come into this Pinsir right here? It's going to be... Oh, man, it's going to be the Alolan Sandslash. They're going to go ahead and go for the superpower. Pinsir right here. Absolutely destroying the back lines of teams here. Boom! One-shots it, and it is going to be the Hypno in the back, so they're going to go ahead and go for the X-Scissor right here, and they might just then swap, but they might be able to get to 2. This is going to be close. No, they're going to go ahead and swap. That's the safer call for sure, and they should just go for a Poison Fang. Oh, man. If this is Ice Punch, things are not looking good. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. Not enough damage. They do get the Poison Fang off, though, which is good. Thankfully, they did get it. If that was a Ice Punch, that would have been devastating. But Hypno now, it's going to be a race between the fast moves. I think Shadow Pinsir is going to take it, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Nidoqueen versus Graveler again. Let's see how they decide to play this. First game, the Earth Power. Second game, they swapped. Third game, they're staying in. Will we see an Earth Power land. Like I said, the Nidoqueen can resist the charge moves, and they decided to swap into Hypno, which we know how this goes. This Shadow Pinsir can absolutely destroy it. But the thing is, if the Hypno knows that there is an X-Scissor coming, how much damage it's going to do, which they do shield, they can actually farm down. This is very dangerous territory. The Pinsir is going to have to shield again, as they need to get to one more X-Scissor right here. And we do see the Thunder Punch there, which is a good tell for if they need to shield the Lapras, right, later on. But Pinsir now is going to go down, which is unfortunate, as the Hypno is going to be double shielding right there. So let's see how they decide to play this out. They're going to come in with a Lapras. And like I said, we know there is a Thunder Punch, so they might just shield right here. But let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and let it go. Decent amount of damage. And we do see a swap now into the Graveler. So they're going to go ahead and shield on the Lapras. So they're going to come in now with the Nidoqueen. Go straight for the Earth Power right here. Not even messing around. Which I think they might have been able to get a couple more fast attacks off, as they're going to need it for this Hypno. Get to the Poison Jab, or Poison Fang. I keep mixing these up. Poison Jab, Poison Fang. All right, so they're going to go ahead and land it, which is beautiful. Hypno goes down. Final Pokemon is going to be a Shadow Machamp. So this is not over yet. Thankfully, Lapras has a little bit of energy, so we might just see a very close endgame there with a Surf. But let's see how this plays out. The Poison Fang lands. Defense drop. Machamp, it gets farmed down. Yeah, they needed 2 charge moves right there, so that's going to be a good game. All right, moving into the next one, we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Shadow Machamp. All right, so a good matchup right here. Let's see how the opponent reacts. They're going to come in with the Alolan Radicate, so the Pinsir right here is just going to go to town. This is going to do so much damage. Let's see what they decide to do. They get shielded. Okay, now I think this is Bite? Yeah, this is a Bite Alolan Radicate as well. It's hard to tell with all the shadow animation right there, but I believe this is a Bite Alolan Radicate, and they're just going to farm down the Pinsir, which is unfortunate. The Alolan Radicate has a lot of energy right now, but they might be able to come in with Lapras and soak a charge move. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and come in with Lapras, soak the charge move, and just farm down and have a Surf basically ready to go for the Machamp, which is still going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, well, it's 100% Bite. You can clearly see the animation now. But here comes the Surf. This is going to do a lot of damage, and then we're probably going to see a swap right away into that Nidoqueen to get ahead on energy for that final. Yep, here comes the swap, and it's going to be a Alolan Sandslash in the back, but it comes to no avail, as the Nidoqueen right here is going to be able to one-shot so many booms in this video. I hope you guys are enjoying these battles. This is a really awesome, fun team to watch. Here comes the Earth Power, everyone. Kaboom! Wow, it didn't one-shot it. Okay. I thought for sure that would have been a one-shot. They go ahead and surrender. That's going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one. We have... Let's see here. We have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Hypno. All right, so not the best of lead matchups, but let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and stay in. It's a matter of if they can go for the Earth Power. Here comes the charge move. They have to shield it, even if it is a Thunder Punch, which is unfortunate, and it's going to be a Fire Punch. So, decent shield right there, but let's see. They're going to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang. Hopefully, this gets a shield from the Hypno. Otherwise, Hypno is just going to be able to take this one. It does get the shield. They're going to go ahead and swap into Lapras now, and the Hypno is deciding to stay in. Here comes the probably Thunder Punch right here, I imagine. Yeah, it's going to be the Thunder Punch. That definitely hurts. But we will see an Alolan Muck come in. Now, this is a Poison Jab, Alolan Muck as well, just to take note here. But Lapras has some Surfs locked and loaded, and it's going to do a decent amount of neutral damage. It might just force the shield here from Alolan Muck, which would be beautiful to take the 1-0 shield advantage here in the mid-game. They do get the shield. Things are looking good for a potential Pinsir sweep, but Muck is... Oh, okay, they decided not to farm down. That was close. I think they might have been able to get to it, been able to farm down if they committed to it, right? Because the Lapras wouldn't have been able to. So let's see here. Oh, they get to another Acid Spray, which is unfortunate. I think they might just need to rely on the Pinsir, which they're going to do. Unleash the Pinsir onto this back line. Here we go. And it's going to be an Alolan Radicate. Oh, man. They got to go for these X-Scissors right here. They got to get it out of there. They need as much health as they can in order to take out the Hypno. This is going to be a crazy ending. They're going to go ahead and commit to the farm down. They have no health left. If a confusion lands, it is done. Oh, they decided... Oh, no, the Muck took them out. They didn't throw the charge move. That is unfortunate, but hey, good game. They tried to commit to the farm down right there so they could have loaded energy versus Hypno. All right, so we got Nidoqueen versus Shadow Nidoqueen on the lead. We do see a Dewgong swap in right here, which the Shadow Pinsir can handle if it can land the superpower, right? So this is going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and shield the first Icy Wind, and let's see what the Dewgong decides to do. They're going to go ahead and go for the X-Scissor right here. It's going to do neutral damage and probably get a shield. Yeah, they do get a shield from Dewgong, which is beautiful. They're going to go ahead and go for the superpower now, which is going to be very nice. Hopefully this lands. No, it gets double shielded right there. So Dewgong is going to be taking this mid-game for sure. No, able to get to the next superpower. Now this is not going to be enough damage to KO, right? Icy Wind, superpower debuffs. Barely not enough. That is so unfortunate. They should probably come in with Lapras right here. Yeah. They're going to come in with Lapras to soak this energy as it's all going to be resisted, as these Icy Winds don't do anything right there. And yeah, things are looking very good. Now they do decide to swap back into Nidoqueen, which is interesting. Lapras now going for the Ice Beam. This is going to be absolutely devastating right here for the opponent, as it just does so much damage, and they can almost farm down. They probably don't need to shield. I think this is just going to be a Poison Fang, which it is. They can let that go. And let's see what that final Pokemon is going to be. Is it going to be a Lapras? Will the Dewgong come back in? What is in the back? It's going to be a Lickitung. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. So the Nidoqueen right here should just be able to Poison Fang, Poison Jab down. And it's looking to be a very, very good game. So curious why they swapped in the Nidoqueen there, getting locked into a Lapras who had energy, right? You're just going to get destroyed, but, you know, sometimes maybe they misclicked. It happens. But we will see the Nidoqueen decide to shield the Icy Wind right here and farm down. Have another Poison Fang ready to go for this Lickitung. But hopefully they can get to one more in time, as the Lickitung is pretty bulky and has a decent amount of health left, and it has the charge moves needed to still finish this game, so it's not over. Here comes the charge move now from Lickitung. This is going to be a very close match, as the Body Slam almost takes out the Nidoqueen. Able to get to the Poison Fang in time. We're going to see a swap now into Lapras, as the switch clock is back up in the bottom right. Here comes the swap, and they will be able to get to the Surf in time, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played to the opponent. Close one right there, but Dewgong trying to commit to that mid-game flip by double shielding was obviously very nice. So really good battles right there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Shadow Pinsir, absolutely devastating. If you guys have close combat, use that instead of superpower, but you guys saw what it could do against the meta. Obviously, if Hypnos are shielding, they can farm you down, especially those shadow ones, so you just got to be careful about that. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.